Spider-Man 4 possibilities, theories. Um, I just wanted to go ahead and just start this off with the Echo TV show series post-credit scene with the Kingpin running for mayor, and I'm just getting to the point again. I think we had this discussion previously where it's like Marvel kind of like screwed up the Kingpin character for Spider-Man moving forward with his story.
I can't disagree with you on that matters. It's highly disappointing how they're carrying the Kingpin in the MCU. I mean, you know how badass he is. You know, I just feel like the bro needs a win, and I still have faith in Marvel that they're going to carry him out to be a G. But we're just gonna have to wait and see how things moving forward. I still have hope. I don't know about you.
Well, at this point, it's like at a point of no return with the Kingpin, considering the fact that I know we said this like a million times already. Got dogged by Kate Bishop. Echo made you cry.
Yeah. And Daredevil won from the last season since everything is canon now. So that's 3 wins. I mean, 3 losses. Sorry,
3 losses. Well, I don't count Daredevil because Daredevil that took everything in Daredevil to win that fight. But we just going off of what Spider-Man in the first 3 movies, what he had to go through. Like we talking about, we fought Thanos. We literally fought aliens, and now we're going back to regular New York C class villains. Now it's like kind of at a point of no return. Like you can only go up, you can't go down. So I just feel like Spider-Man could pluck these villains, and then that'll be it. You know what I mean?
True. It could be a possibility that Wilson Fisk can actually create more Spider-Man villains in the future going forward. I mean, he will, if my assumptions are right about him running for mayor, we might be already introduced to Kingpin being the mayor in the next Daredevil season, Daredevil Born Again, or he could be in the middle of running it. But at the end, I think he's going to win. He's going to win the votes of the citizens of New York to become mayor, and I think he's going to do some fishy and shady stuff behind the scenes. Pretend that he's for the public, that he's trying to help New York City, and then on the low probably be, I don't know, working with the government, like the Thunderbolts and stuff like that, creating superhumans. And we could see some future potential for some more villains. I mean, who would you like to see? Because I like to see a couple of villains. We don't have a Rhino. I would like to see Scorpion come out. You got Chameleon.
We have
Who
Chameleon
else?
already?
No, we don't. I would like to see Chameleon come out because I think he would be a great addition to the roster of villains. What else?
So you encouraging the Sinister Six?
Yes, most definitely. You need the Sinister Six, bro. You need to have it. Like we've been teased for how long now? Since back in Toby's movies, bro. Like, what have we had? We had 4 villains in Spider-Man 3 in Toby's last trilogy.
Harry Osborn, Venom, Sandman. 3 villains.
3 villains.
3 villains.
Damn. Oh well, 3. Well, that's half the roster right there, bro. And then Andrew had a squad of his own, and they were building up for it. And then when we had Spider-Man, we had No Way Home. You had 5 out of the 6.
Yeah.
That was teased, yo. We need to have it. Like, I mean, like they've been teasing it, and I would like to really see how this plays out. I mean, you just don't have to have the same villains come back. You could build new ones. Plus,
right.
What is Vulture doing in another universe? I guess the Venom verse is what they want to call it, or the Sony verse.
we still don't know what the story is behind that, because I'm still confused when at that post credit scene. What was that movie? The vampire movie, Morbius.
Morbius.
Hmm.
Hmm. And that was weird. Like, I didn't understand why Vulture was transferred to another universe when he has. I mean, yeah, of course he knows who Spider-Man is, but he's not Spider-Man himself. Well,
Yeah,
actually, you know what? His villains did show up in Tom Holland's universe in the 616, but it doesn't justify him being transferred to another universe. But I guess because you can take people from other universe, why can't you take someone from the 616 and transfer him to the Venom's verse? I guess. I mean, I guess it's possible, but to me, it doesn't make sense unless you're building something.
right. Well, and it's got me confused now. That's brought to my attention. Why didn't why didn't Vulture try? Well, I know why he wasn't going to try to kill Spider-Man was because he did it his daughter, but I don't know. That's weird. Would he remember? Would he remember who Spider-Man is now that he's in a different universe now?
I mean, I don't think it would affect the timeline. I mean, the only thing is that he's in another universe. But there's like two things that kind of bother me about this scenario. One, he was nonchalant about being in another universe,
Hmm.
and the fact that he knew he was in another universe. I mean, for most people, that'd be that you know you would wig out. I don't know about you, but if I woke up in another universe and was like cool about it, like you must be used to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's a regular street dude who works a 9 to 5 job who happened to become a villain, gets arrested, puts in a penitentiary, a prison with all Spider-Man's villains who want to like harm him, and then he gets
Hmm.
sent to another universe, and he's just like, cool. But then there's also another thing. Where the hell did he get his suit back?
Mm.
The hell did you build your suit back? Like the fuck? Like because that was your army like
Weapons.
equipment that he took from.
Right.
So that's another thing too that kind of left me. And then the fact that you're dealing with a vampire, like this is a superhuman. So I mean, I don't know, like, and then the other thing too, Venom was in the 616 in the main MCU. Why couldn't we get him? Why couldn't we just get him to just come and help Spider-Man or fight Spider-Man or something? I don't know. That was a big tease. Just to have him sitting in Mexico, getting drunk, trying to comprehend the fact that there are superheroes in this universe, just so he can get up and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna go meet the Spider-Man guy," and then it just never
Like
happened.
that was just so. That was clickbait.
Yeah, that was so clickbait, bro. That was so teaser. And then a piece of him, like of the symbiote, is left in the 616. Still yet to know what's gonna go on with this, but I don't know. It's just a big letdown with the whole. I feel like Sony doesn't know what they're doing. That's
Mm.
how I feel. I take it that Sony is just trying to rush everything, and Kevin is just like, nah, bro. Everything's got to make sense.
Yeah. So going back to the Kingpin. Let me. So I'm assuming the Kingpin that we have right now, before we end up entering into Spider-Man and Daredevil Born Again when he's mayor, is a version early on in his crime syndicate career where he's obviously doing street level things, and then as he goes to be the mayor, he can't really get himself involved in those things. That's the Kingpin that I know and love. But
Yeah,
I can I
that's what
can
makes
get
him
on
amazing.
yeah, I can get on board with that. It's just I've already experienced too many L's from him for him to be able for me to take him serious at this point. So yeah, when we talk about the Spider-Man 4 movie, and we talk about Daredevil Born Again, right?
Yeah,
Obviously we're going to see an uptick in villains to do the dirty work, right?
yeah. He's just gonna be the head of the operation. He just is just gonna stay out the shadows. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he's gotta have an image of himself if he's gonna be mayor. It's
Wait
kind
a
of the
minute,
same
wait a minute,
thing.
wait a minute, wait a minute. Real quick.
Yeah,
So we already had the discussion about the original Daredevil Netflix series. That's canon, correct?
yeah.
So
Everything Defenders and Netflix shows are officially canon now to the MCU.
So everybody knows that Kingpin is bad.
Everybody knows now, yeah, or should know.
Okay, this is getting too freaking weird because of the fact that they know that he's bad, and the fact that everybody's just like walking around in the Echo series and not knowing who he is.
What do you mean?
Nobody knew who he was outside of Echo. That's it.
I mean that's well. Come on, it was Oklahoma and New York City, or like not everybody's gonna know who Kingpin it like really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Some people don't dabble in the politics and stuff in the news. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody reads the news or watches the news, so okay, that is kind of a plot hole. Okay, I didn't really. Okay, you got me. You can stop me with that because I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I'm like, as I'm talking, I'm thinking to myself, this is a notorious like criminal. Like they should have some idea that he is a badass. You know what I'm saying? Like that he's not a good dude. But okay, I get that. Okay, but I'll take it for what it is. Not it's a small town. Not everybody watches the news or reads the news. So that I'll leave it at that. Everybody's ignorant. All right. So just only a few select people know who the Kingpin is. Cool. More power to you. Okay, I'll let that go. But let's just clarify. Like, I'm not looking at it that way. You still messing my head up with that because the logic there doesn't make sense. But it's the going back to what I was gonna say. It kind of goes back to the Captain America 4 movie with Ross, General Ross becoming president, and he creates the Thunderbolts. Hence why we have the Thunderbolts will be coming out soon. So he's going to be like the same concept, like just a higher figure in the government, and they're making shady moves.
Right. So is it possible that we could see Daredevil in this Spider-Man 4 movie?
I think it's possible because Kingpin goes hand in hand with Daredevil.
Okay. Now here's my thing with Daredevil. Well, I kind of so is it confirmed that we're gonna get Daredevil's next year, 2025, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is with Daredevil, because he's supposed to be one of the strongest Marvel superheroes, if I'm not mistaken. Not one of the strongest. Well, I don't want to use that word. I don't want to use that word loosely, but Daredevil is very, very unique with his abilities, where he could be up there, but at the same time, he's not. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's like one of the best street level superhero characters that we got.
Right. So it's kind of murky now because of the fact that what I know with Kingpin, based off his history, where it just doesn't add up for me at this point. I don't even know how to describe it, but I can't take it's almost like Kang the Conqueror. Like I cannot take it serious now after watching Quantumania. I can't. Like he's supposed to be Kingpin is supposed to be the big bad in Daredevil and in Spider-Man 4. But there's no clout, there's no hype to it.
I feel you, and I totally agree. But the way that I see that they're doing it, in my personal opinion, is that not all villains are gonna win. I mean, if you had a villain win every single time, then what was the point of having the superhero in the first place? That's how I see it. So I guess for right now, he's gonna take 2 L's and is gonna go back in his little space and be like figuring, plotting, planning, and how to beat these superheroes. So the concept, what I heard with the leak was for Spider-Man 4, if they actually do this concept, is that at this point after Daredevil, Kingpin is mayor, he decides to get rid of the street level characters like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and all of them, and wants to basically put an accord on them, kind of like the Soviet Accord.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't be a vigilante walking around here just saving the day. So he's gonna make a bill or something to ban superheroes from becoming vigilantes, and which causes some of them to start a riot. You know what I mean? To protest, and I can see that happening. Like I could see like the government trying to like control all superheroes because at some point they already did control the superheroes and they disbanded the Avengers, and then look where it got us because then Thanos came out here wrecking, and then none of the superheroes is back together and they're all over the place, and we failed.
Right.
So I can see the government doing this again. And it's like, nah, we can't be having Daredevil out here or Spider-Man out here just doing their, saving the day willy nilly and stuff like that. We need to have control. Basically, you know what it is the government trying to stick their hand where it don't belong.